Welcome. Have you ever found yourself staring at a wall of text in your network security lecture notes, just feeling completely lost? Well, you're definitely in the right place. Today, we're going to take all those complex ideas and break them down into a super clear, easy to understand process. We're going to pull back the curtain on how security pros actually protect our digital world.
So, let's start with the huge challenge that's at the heart of all of this. Just picture it. A massive, endless ocean of network data is flowing by every single second. Most of it, totally normal, boring stuff. So, how on earth do you find that one tiny, single drop of malicious activity that could signal a huge problem? That's the million-dollar question.
Thankfully, the experts don't just go fishing randomly and hope for the best. Nope, there's a real method to the madness. They use a structured two-phase approach to hunt for anything that looks out of place. You can think of it as a detective's playbook for a digital crime scene.
And that playbook really breaks down into two simple steps. First up is detection. This is all about finding the initial clues, right? Like a weird file showing up somewhere it shouldn't be. And then, once you have a clue, you move on to step 2, analysis. That's where you take that clue and start piecing together the whole story to figure out what's really going on.
All right, let's dive into phase 1, detection. The entire point of this phase is to have a system that automatically spots something suspicious and sounds the alarm. It's all about getting that initial warning before a human ever has to lay eyes on it.
And the key word here is automated. I mean, you can't pay a person to watch every single packet of data whizzing by. It's just impossible. So instead, we use these specialized systems that sift through mountains of data, constantly looking for weird patterns or activities. And when they find something, bam, they generate an alert.
So what are these magical automated watchdogs called? Well, they're known as intrusion detection systems, or just IDS for short. And honestly, thinking of them as tireless digital guard dogs is the perfect analogy. They're always on patrol. And just like real guard dogs, they come in a couple of different breeds, each trained for a specific job.
And here are the two main types. On one hand, you have a network-based IDS, or NIDS. This is like your security guard at the main gate of the entire corporate campus, watching all the cars coming in and going out. On the other hand, you have a host-based IDS, or HIDS. This is more like a security guard posted inside one specific high-security room, watching only what happens in that single space, and you really need both for good security.
Okay, so our digital guard dog is barking. An alert has gone off. But you know, an alert is just a clue. It's not the full story. And this is where the human expert has to step in. This is phase 2, analysis. Now, the real investigation gets started.
And this is the fundamental difference from phase 1. Analysis is a hands-on, manual process. It takes a skilled security analyst to look at that automated alert, figure out what it could mean, and then start digging. They'll pull in data from all kinds of other sources to see the bigger picture.
And analysts have a whole bag of tricks for this kind of investigation. They might use packet analysis, which is basically like opening up and reading the digital mail to see what's being said. They use network and host forensics, which is kind of like being a crime scene investigator, piecing together what happened on the network or on a specific machine. And if they find a shady file, they'll use malware analysis to take it apart and see exactly what it was built to do.
So we've got the automated tools doing the detection, and we've got the human experts doing the deep dive analysis. Let's just step back for a second and look at the big picture. Why is this two-part process so incredibly important for modern network security? This slide just nails it. Detection is amazing at telling you what happened. Hey, an unauthorized connection was made. Simple. But it takes a human analyst to figure out the how and the why. How did that attacker get in, and why were they going after this system? This partnership, this combination of machine speed and human intelligence is the absolute heart of modern defense.
At the end of the day, this is the entire journey. It starts with one little automated alert from an IDS. A person that investigates it understands it, and from that understanding, the team can finally take the right action to protect the network. This whole flow from alert to action is truly the bedrock of how we keep our systems safe.
And that brings us to one last really important thought. The analysis is done. The team knows exactly what happened. But is the job over? Of course not. The critical next step, as the slide asks, is all about action. It's about fixing the problem, cleaning up the mess, and learning from the incident. And that just goes to show you that security isn't just a two-step process. It's a never-ending cycle of protection, detection, and response.